2 months ago, I hopped on a creative call with one of our customers, Enrique, to discuss his dream MBK1.
This is the call to go over every little detail to make sure we build exactly what you're looking for.
Definitely.
So the first thing we discussed was which engine did he want to put in the build. And he's like me, we both love big blocks, so we decided to go with a Predator 420cc engine, which I think is going to look beautiful in his frame. Now the fun part is deciding which color we were going to paint the frame. He's like, I really like black and I really like red. And since I'm from Chicago, is there any way we could do Chicago Bulls red and black? And I was like, of course, but what should it be? After a little discussion, we came up with this idea to have a two-tone fade from the front of the bike going to the back, starting with black, leading into red. And that idea is truly something that I am so excited about because we know it's gonna turn out phenomenal and it's something that we've never seen before. So it's kind of funny. Enrique reminded me of my dad for a moment because he started talking about chrome and how he wanted the handlebar sleeves, the rear sprocket, and the pull start cover all to be chromed. And I was like, that is so cool. And when we mocked it up, we looked at the bike and we're like, yes, this is going to be incredible. So with the engine, paint, and finishes all locked in, I had to ask, how did you find out about Mantini Motors? And he said, well, my good friend Gregory actually introduced me to your YouTube channel and he showed me the MBK1 and we were both like, we need this frame. We have to build it together because these are gonna be awesome to ride around Chicago. But unfortunately, Gregory had a mini bike accident and passed away. And so Enrique told me that he was actually building this bike in memory of Gregory because he was the one that inspired him to get into the mini bike world in the first place. So as I looked at the design again, I realized something was missing. If this bike is going to be honoring Gregory, well then we should put his name on it. But more than just his name, I was wondering, did he ever say anything or is there a catchphrase that people know him by?
When we all started riding, his little catchphrase and slogan was ready to ride. He always hit us up and asked us if we were ready to ride. See, the sweater that I have made, I don't know if you can see it here. We made it in his honor. So, the ready to ride is his catchphrase in our eyes.
So I realized that on the other side of the frame, we're gonna put ready to ride, which I thought really finished off the design perfectly. But that's not all. Turns out Enrique has another friend, Jeffrey, who also wants to build a custom MBK1 in Gregory's honor. So with two designs now locked in, we're ready to go. Seeing the design on our screen is one thing. But getting the parts back from paint and chrome and starting to put it together is a whole other experience because as you get them, it feels like Christmas every single time because you know you're going to be building something incredible with it. So we got these made. These are made out of metal. I wanted to do something different. Usually people put stickers or something, but to me it just doesn't feel as, premium. And so these here, for the first 15 that we built, we did gold badges. So this is one of the last bikes that are getting the gold badges, but every other bike will get silver, which will look more like this. I felt like this is a symbol of like pride. This means that, we put a lot of work into it and every detail matters. And so I wanted to do that even when it came down to putting the badges on. So when you see this badge, the whole idea is that you recognize that not only is the bike made with craftsmanship, with attention to detail, but like our badge stands for quality. So for this bike here, we actually went and painted the wheels black. Now we've already installed the tire, we got the brake on there, everything's Loctite already, so we just need to basically just put it on.
Can you tell me what separates your guys' frame compared to like other mini bike
manufacturer's frames?
You know, people say all the time, they're like, oh, I could build this myself in my garage. I'm like, yeah, you probably could build one, but to build them identically, one after the other in scale, that's where it gets much more difficult. A lot of the bikes that come from overseas, for example, they're doing them in the thousands. And to be honest, there's been many times where we even ourselves got a brand new frame, you know, years ago from, you know, like a Princess Auto, which is equivalent to like a Harbor Freight. And we would have to bend or cut the tabs off and re-weld them on or whatever, just because they weren't in the right spot. And so with us, like, our number one thing is just making sure everything is done correctly for every single bike. And because these aren't overly produced and they're not made with cheap material, then ultimately you're gonna see the quality in the bike. Oh my gosh. In this moment, my heart sank. I guess when we picked up the frames, we didn't look at them in enough detail, and we missed something pretty big. I don't like that at all. There was a run on the frame, and I'm not talking a little run, I'm talking a major, the entire back of the neck almost looked like a swimming pool. I guess he didn't see this, so he didn't sand it down before clearing it. And there's a little bit right here too. I don't even know if it's fixable. And even if it is, do we have enough time? These bikes took over 3 weeks to get painted, and we don't have that much time before delivering. Sometimes you don't see it when it's on the ground, because when you're looking at it from the front or the top, you don't see that. But now looking at it on this bench, I just saw that. And now I was like, what are we gonna do? We stand for quality. These bikes are being made in memory of somebody who was incredible. We cannot deliver this to a customer in this shape. But what are we gonna do? Do we need to repaint these bikes? What's gonna happen? I'm hoping it's something that if I just bring it back to him, he can sand it down and then respray that little bit of the area. The only thing I can think of is to message John, the painter, to ask what he thinks. And is there something that he can do to fix this? I would hate to have to deliver it to the customer like this, so please let me know if this is fixable. There's no way I would deliver this to a customer like that. Like, even though like we didn't notice it and he probably wouldn't notice it, but if he did notice it and we didn't, that's a bad thing. Like for me, if I've noticed it and we have the time to fix it, then we're gonna fix it. If it was like we have to leave tomorrow, then I would just have to knock some dollars off from the cost of the paint. And this is my fault. This is something that I need to learn, is like going over everything in like fine-tooth detail, making sure that everything is up to our standard. Don't just assume that it looks great from a distance. Like really put in the time to look at every detail, make sure it's good, so that you are happy with it and then your customer's happy with it. Luckily, he believes it was just a clear coat, which means all he has to do is sand it down with various grits of sandpaper. And so he told me to bring it back and he'll take care of it. But that means we got to take apart everything we just built, and that's okay, because our customers deserve the best. These bikes have incredible meaning behind them, and so we got to make sure it's done right no matter what it takes. So let's take everything off and get it back to John so he can fix the run. I'm happy to hear if it is just the clear, but I'm hoping.
Yeah, I should
there.
take that down.
Okay. I put some, like I noticed it in a few areas.
Okay.
If you look wherever the tape is, it looks like there might have been some runs, but I'm really hoping it's only clear. So,
yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, John.
Cheers.
Appreciate it. So with the frame back at the paint shop, all we can do is focus on Enrique's bike and getting that done. So it's time to add the heart of the build, the engine. And putting these in is such an incredible experience because you finally see a complete product. Hey Enrique, I just wanted to show you real quick. We are getting your bike built. I think it's turning out amazing. It's not done yet, but I think it looks phenomenal. To be honest, I don't think I can give it to you. I want to keep it myself. It looks so freaking good. That transition from the black to the red, I think you're gonna absolutely love it when you see it in person. But yeah, here's a little thing about doing custom builds is that you get to do something that somebody else is excited about, and you get to help them realize their vision. I think originally this bike was gonna be all black with red accent, but then it was a collaborative effort to do the fade where it transitions from black to red. And that was really cool because I wouldn't have thought about it. I wouldn't have done something like this. But then when you're working with somebody like a customer who wants to push the limit and they're open to those ideas, it's so much more fun. So I like it because when I'm doing something for myself, yeah, it's what I want exactly, but like, I don't know. I think sometimes we built this company through collaboration. And so building a bike for somebody through collaboration is where I think true greatness comes from. And so, yeah, and seeing it, and like, to be honest, like, as excited as I am and how cool this bike is, like, I'm more excited to see their reaction to it when they get it and they get to take it for their first ride, because like we're building it for them and I get more enjoyment from that. Even though, yes, this is a really freaking cool bike, I wish we could keep it. Maybe down the road we'll buy it off them, but ultimately, I think seeing their face when they get it, they're gonna absolutely love it. So yeah, that's what I'm most excited about. Hello.
Hey, good morning.
How's it going?
Not bad.
Good. So it was just the clear then, which is good to know.
Yeah.
It wasn't just, I mean, I didn't know. When I saw it, I can't believe I didn't see it when I was here before, but.
It's difficult with the light colors.
Yeah, it is actually. So that looks great. We're gonna go back and build it today.
Get it going, yeah.
And hopefully take it for a test drive maybe tomorrow, Sunday at the latest. Yeah.
And then you're out by the...
Looking at the frame, it was as if nothing was ever wrong. John said he spent so much time meticulously sanding the area, making sure it was smooth. But more so, he went over the entire frame 12 more times to make sure he didn't miss anything else. There were a few other spots that he said he corrected, and now the frame is perfect. With the frame in the back seat, I am relieved because the deadline for delivery is coming up, and I still want to make sure I have enough time to build this bike correctly. Now, I love building, but the best part is yet to come, the test rides. So let's get these bikes upstairs, put some gas in, and see how they feel. That is so cool. I honestly am a little jealous that they're gonna get to ride around on these. They're freaking awesome.
What are you gonna do?
How did it feel?
Good.
Yeah, how are the brakes?
Good.
And it handled okay?
Yep.
Yeah, suspension?
Yeah, everything was good.
Yeah, you went over a speed bump and it like just absorbed it so nicely, and
Really,
luckily you didn't bottom out.
Well, that's good.
Oh man, and then there was these two kids, they were playing basketball, but one kid was in the garage and he just ran out. He's like, what are those? They literally sound like two Harleys driving by.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know, they sound good.
Okay, so 2 bikes are done. That was exciting. If you liked the video, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe. And if you want to bring your dream mini bike to life, you know what you got to do? Just hit the link in the description, let us know, and we'll bring it to life. With that being said, we'll see you in the next video.
What you doing, neighbor?
Well, see, I got this problem.
You got this problem, yeah?
There's this nosy mom that comes out and sneaks and hides and is watching us.
Well, the thing is, she never wants to be on camera, and she's still not. Hi. Goodbye.